I've been asked multiple times kind of what goes into setting up a session. How much gets done before the band gets here, what gets done after the band is here, kind of those decisions. So I have a band in tomorrow, and we are tracking live, drums, bass, guitar. We'll probably do some scratch vocals, and then we will do some guitar overdubs and vocals for the rest of the day. So I thought this would be a good time to kind of run through the prep of a session day. Plus, I'm going to need every room. We're going to have drums in the live room. The back ISO is going to get used. The front ISO is going to get used. And I don't know, we may even have a vocal mic set up in the control room just for some stuff. So I'm going to go through kind of how I prep. Now, every session is a little different because it all depends on the setup. But tomorrow is going to be a fairly common one for me because it's the whole band. Now, first off, as you can see, the room is a mess. There's no drums out here. There's no nothing. And this is typical week here at the studio. There's multiple things happening. And a lot of the times, if I don't have to, I don't tear down. I'm going from one to the next. In this case, we actually had piano session. We've been doing some video work and some testing of some new stuff. Over here, you can see we've got a vocal booth set up. One of the artists that I'm working with, here, I'll go around this side, and it's a mess over here. That was our vocal setup. One of the artists I'm working with, we're finishing their next single. But I'm going to need all 4 rooms tomorrow. I'm going to need this front ISO, so all these amps have to come out. I'm going to need this room for drums and to stage everybody. And I'm also going to need the back ISO booth, which here's some leftovers from another session. There's a couple amps are already back here, and those are going to have to move. So the first thing I'm going to do before I can get to anything is I need to make this mess not a mess. So I'm going to do that first. Now this is what it looks like pre-session. Everything a little bit cleaner, except for Delilah's spot there, but I'll deal with that in the morning. So this is usually what my initial staging will be. So for tomorrow, I'm going to run the drums over on this side, and I have an initial selection of mics out, because I do know what size kit it's going to be, and I have an idea of what the music is like, but I don't know for sure, so I'm going to talk to the drummer in the morning. I know most of them will probably stay, but you can see the overheads have not been chosen yet. I have some questions there first. But I at least have a starting point there, so I don't have to go find all that stuff. So I can pretty much walk the drummer in, get him setting up right there, and then talk to him a little bit about what the sound is that we're going for, change any mics out that I think might work better. By the time he's set up, put the mics on, and then wire the console. Over here, I have the bass station where this Behringer Power Play is. So that's where the bass player is going to go. Pedal board, anything they have or use, will plug into this wall right here. And then I'm staged and ready to rock back here. Now I know he is bringing his own bass. I just still have the Polytone left back here. I do have a couple mics that I think are going to work for this session. I'm pretty sure one, maybe both. And I also have a DI back here in case his head does not have a DI. Oh, and the other thing, you can't really see it, but over here, I already have XLR and TRS or TS in the wall and ready to go. It just saves me time for looking for cables, which can take forever when you're running around the heat of the moment. And then up here in the ISO, the front ISO, what do you think, Delilah? We ready to go? We ready to go? Did you think I said banana? Shouldn't have said that. Cleaned out, ready to go for the guitar amp. I have my initial mic selection here as well. I'm going to start with a 57 and an Audio-Technica 4081. A couple cables already out. And the whole point of the staging and being clean. Oh, and I do have my room mics also. Most of this I'll kind of finish putting up in the morning, and I have a pair of Roswells out here, one in that corner and one over there. Though for tomorrow I might try something different there. We'll find out. But the point of this whole staging thing is really to help me just be more efficient tomorrow when everybody shows up. So Jason, the drummer, will get here first. We'll get him in his spot set up. I'll be able to talk to him a little bit about the sounds. Like I said, make any switches with mics there and start wiring the console while he's setting up, and then I can come back and place all the microphones. Then when the rest of the band shows up, I already have the bass station in that spot over there, so I can just go put him there. We can have his amp in the back. He can start messing with sounds that way. I already know I have some mics to start with. Cables are back there. I don't have to run around for them. And then over here, this is where the guitar station will be, because you can plug right into that patch panel, and it'll go right to the ISO booth. And again, headphones kind of let everybody know, look, you go to that headphone spot, you go to that headphone spot. You know, drummer, go to the carpet. And then everybody can kind of be working while I'm running around a little bit, just getting everything finalized and then wiring the console. And that's the only thing tonight that nothing happens there. And usually, unless we're doing some of the TV stuff where we already know what's going on, usually I do not touch the console until the band is in and everybody's kind of setting up and I have a better picture. I have a starting point, but I usually wait just in case, especially with the drums, in case things get shuffled around a little bit. But that's it. This is a pre-session live room. Nice and clean. Everything, all my starting points out, and we are ready to go. And that's how I do it most of the time.